Good Saturday morning, everybody. It is I, Robin Hood Daffy. This is one of the cartoons that you see a lot in Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. And I gotta tell you, I think they did a really good job matching the style for this one. Because it's not exactly easy to do. This is when Maurice Noble was at the height of his abilities. It was right around this time that he started saying to Chuck, you know, you really should let me get some of the directing credit because, you know, I am awesome. Let's listen to a little bit of this song, though.
I'm Robin Hood, and I'm very good at avoiding the sheriff's eye. So we'll trip along merrily, or the greensward so gracefully.
That's, the lyrics are not, the lyrics are new, but that song is, the tune of it is a 17th century tune called Come Lasses and Lads. And that's why Porky's really laughing. Let's be fair. Porky is just a fat hipster who wants everyone to see how right he is. He's gonna wave his genitals at you. It's just gonna be bad. Porky doesn't care. That's why he's laughing. Porky knows that it's a 17th century song and that he's got the lyrics wrong. By the way, what's I know D-Man or somebody out there who knows the Patty Freeling Speedy cartoon where they use this footage. Because it just sticks out like a sore thumb in that cartoon, how much better it is, the animation. This cartoon was requested by Travis Kemp. So Travis, I hope this commentary is to your liking. This cartoon is the final cartoon that Chuck ever directed of Porky, with Porky. They work together. I love this scene, by the way, because this is kind of my attitude when people are mad at me for, making fun of them. I just kind of laugh, put my arm around them, laugh harder, and then eventually they start laughing too. And it's just like, come on. And then they hit their hat and they go, how jolly can you get? I always loved this too. Listen. I love that the Porky's laughter from the previous scene trailed into the following scene, even though it's a completely different setup and everything. But yeah, this is a few years later. Chuck left the studio, and this was the last cartoon he did with Porky. Which is weird because you don't necessarily think of it as being that late in the game, but it's also interesting to think about, what people thought at the time of Robin Hood. I mean, really, the best example of Robin Hood was the Errol Flynn movie, and at this time, that movie was already like 20 years old. So, is there a point there? I don't know if there is. I love that he says, I'm watching, and then he deliberately looks up. I love this dialogue.
It is to laugh.
And I like that the rest of the cartoon is about him trying to prove to Porky that he is Robin Hood. It's a weird thing because the premise it works here, but Daffy just arguing with somebody about one little thing, it can just as easily go bad in terms of an interesting cartoon. Case in point, Superior Duck. Very similar premise. Daffy's arguing with the narrator for the whole thing, Thurl Ravenscroft. And it's just not funny. Yeah, it's not funny. Okay, listen to this.
There was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth cry well-a-day. Her name was Barbara Allen. Come on.
It's interesting, first of all, that Porky doesn't stutter for that whole song. But some people have noted, some overly correcty types out there have pointed out that that song, which is called "The Ballad of Barbara Allen," Chuck, obviously had intellectual reasons for including it, but Robin Hood takes place in the 12th century, and the Ballad of Barbara Allen didn't come out until 1666. So he's off by like 400 years. So it's pretty close. Did you notice that, by the way, when that guy went past his cell, you could see the corner of his cell follows him into the castle. Did you see that, guys? All right. Well, if you didn't see it, check it out because the commentary's over. And we'll see you next week, everybody.